Next, I will be discussing next topic. Mention the syntax of the class template. Class template starts with keyword template is followed by template type inside less than and greater than symbol. Then we have to write class definition. Now let us see syntax. Now first we have to write keyword template. Template is followed by less than symbol. Less than symbol is followed by keyword class. Keyword class is followed by template type. Template type is followed by greater than symbol. Next we have to write the class definition. Next class. Keyword class is followed by class name. Next we have to write the open bracket and we have to write the set of the statements within the body of the class, that is between the open bracket and closed bracket. Here we have written two sections. Under the private section I have declared data members. Type data member 1 semicolon, type data member 2 semicolon. In this way we can declare any number of the data members. Under the public section I have declared member functions. Return type member function 1 terminating semicolon. Return type member function 2 with the parenthesis is followed by terminating semicolon. Next, in this way we can write any number of the member functions. Next we have to write the closed bracket. Closed bracket is followed by terminating semicolon. So this represents end of the class definition. Next we have to write the main function. Within the main function we have to create objects. Here we have written class name. Next we have to write within the less than symbol and greater than symbol we have to write type 1 then followed by object 1 terminating semicolon. Next here object 1 invokes member function 1, object 1 invokes member function 2. In this way object 1 invokes all the member functions. Next here we have written class name. Class name is followed by type 2. Here we have to write type 2 within the less than symbol and greater than symbol. Next we have written object 2. Next here the object 2 invokes member function 1 and this object 2 invokes member function 2. Next we have closed main function. But in this main function this first statement does two things. This second statement also does two things. They are what? The first statement creates an object, and this second statement also internally creates an object. And after that, what is the second thing? Okay, in the above syntax, the template type is a placeholder for the actual data type used by an object. Right? In the place of the type 1, either you can write int, float, char or whatever you want. In the place of type 2 also you can write whatever you want, int, float or char. Now for example, in the place of the type 1 if you write int, then this object 1 is used to hold only integer data members. For example, in the place of the type 1 if you write float, then this object 1 is used to hold only float data member values. For example, in the place of the type 2 if you write double, then this object 2 is used to hold only double data type members, data members or variables. Now look at this point. The compiler automatically replaces template type by actual data type when object is created by the class. For example, in the place of the type 1, let us consider I have written int. Then during the compilation, what happens? The compiler replaces this template type by actual data type, that is int. Now, for example, before the object 2, if you write float, for example, let us write float, then this object 2 is used to hold only float data type variables or float data type data members. Now in the type 2, let us consider we have written float, then what happens? The compiler automatically replaces template type. Here what is the template type? This is the template type, replaces this template type by actual data type float when the object 2 is created, when the object 2 is created by the class. Now we have to follow this flow in order to create class template, right? In the place of the type 1 you can write any data type either into float or char. In the place of the type 2 also you can write any types. But let us go to the previous page. Now look here, the class template which contains the same algorithm for all the objects. Here this is the algorithm, this is the algorithm of the class template, this is the algorithm of the class template, this is a class definition is called algorithm. This algorithm is same for the object 1, this algorithm is same for the object 2. Let us consider object 1 is a integer type of type of object, object 2 is a float type of object, means object 1 is used to hold only integer values, object 2 is used to hold float values. Now algorithm is same for the different objects. Okay, that is why here we have written the class template is a template which contains same algorithm for all the objects, and here we have written we can use same class definition, we can use same class definition for all different types of objects by using class template, means we can use same definition, this is a we can use this same class definition for object 1 and object 2. Next look here, class template reuses same code for all different types of objects. This is the advantage of the class template. So here we have written only one definition, here we have written only one class definition for how many number of objects? Two objects. But in these programs, look here, in these programs, here we have written one definition for the object t1, here we have written another definition for the object t2. So instead of writing two class definitions, we can write only one class definition by using a special technique. The technique is called what? Class template.